It's a story about a man named Robert, and it is his 35th birthday. And it is him thinking about what it means to be 35 and what relationships mean and what his friends mean to him. It's a story that kind of takes place in Robert's head, and it's really just sets of memories that he's placing together to kind of decide what he wants to do with his life. And it's really not, there's no plot to it, there's no nothing, it's just a bunch of little scenes strung together with fantastic musical numbers that kind of leave you hanging on what Robert really does.
Somebody told me that it's a play that you may want to see more than once to understand it better.
Yes, yeah, because you can interpret it different every single time you see it, depending on what you see in Robert. Depends on how you think about relationships. He sees some as really crazy, he sees some as really grounded, he sees most as not good because he's really not ever in a committed relationship. He has 3 girlfriends in the show.
Caught in the middle.
I play Amy. She's a neurotic New York bride who on the morning of her wedding decides she can't go through with it and ends up giving all these reasons as to why she's not getting married. And throughout her song and throughout her scene, she flip-flops back and forth and eventually gets talked into marrying Paul, who is actually really good match for her. He brings her neuroses down, he kind of levels her out, and they sort of balance one another.
So are you anything like the character?
It depends who you ask. Sometimes, there's definitely moments where Amy's having kind of a freak out, and I can certainly identify with how she sort of spins out of control on little details and minutia. But overall, I'm a lot less calm. I'm more calm than Amy is.
So why should people come see this?
It's such a great show. The music is really catchy. It's got such a wide range of music, from really fun dance songs to ballads, really poignant, meaningful stories between couples. So if you're in a relationship or if you're even not in one, there's kind of something for everybody.
Is this a comedy?
It is. There's a lot of fun stuff in it, but it's based in relationships, so there's a serious tone through it. But the songs are really upbeat and fun. There's a lot of dancing. There's making fun of each other, stereotypes in relationships that are fun and that we all can laugh at because it's not us being looked at.
Now, from what I understand, this takes place around 1970.
Yes,
so
in the 70s.
Can you tell that pretty much during the play?
Yeah, you can see some hairstyles. You can see some. The costumes don't scream 70s because we didn't want to get stuck in a too much of a disco-y look or a hippie kind of look. But we have a little bit of everything. They do live in New York City, so they are more of a middle-class, upscale kind of people. So they would not be too crazy on the fashion, but there's definitely hairstyles, some of the women's style of dresses or hair accessories or things that definitely tend to lead you to know that it's in the 70s. Yeah.
It's such the simplest of lives. It's not so hard to be married. I've done it 3 or 4 times. It's people that you hate together.
Well, we've got Brandon Carlson as Robert. Doing a fine job. He is a dancer for the ballet theater company here at the Arts Center, and so to see him on stage has been really nice this year to be able to do that. We also have another dancer, Meg Stell, who is April. They do a beautiful dance piece together that is out of the ordinary from a normal production of company that we kind of took out of the box because we were talented. We had this talent of these 2 accomplished dancers, so we have added a beautiful piece. Yes, and really works out well. We've got some newer people. Harry and Sarah are played by Max Seymour and Tiffany Kiphart, and they are pretty newcomers to the stage here in the last year. Rachel Meyer and Chris Nappy have done lots of stuff as David and Jenny. We have Derek Zelter and Caitlin Rose as the married couple getting divorced. Let's see, Emily Miranda is the first time that she's been on the stage here as Amy, and she is getting married to Paul, who is Jason Gage, who we've seen lots of times on stage here. What else? I'm trying to think, make sure I get every. Oh, and then Doug Anderson and Kirsten Emerson are Larry and Joanne. And then the other two girls are Emily Baker, which we're so proud to have in here because she just got accepted to the Boston Conservatory for musical theater. So we are so proud to have her a part of the cast. And Brianna Clifford, who is, I've never seen her in a production, so it's really great to have some new people. And then we have two vocal minority, which are people who sing, back up the singers, and also do a lot of the stage movement of the scene changes, which are actually choreographed in the show. So there's not blackouts with scene changes. There's actually only one blackout in the whole show. So it's pretty smooth running. And that's Brandon Long and Angela Orr. And they have added a great addition to just kind of filling out the cast with a group of really talented people. We are very fortunate to have the people that we have working together, and the couples each just have great dynamics together.
He's good and crazy.